giant jigsaw puzzle. But here's the catch. The pieces are from completely different boxes. You've got your sales data over here, your finance reports there, your HR platform. They're all absolutely essential, but they just don't fit together naturally. So the big question is, how do you solve this digital puzzle and actually see the complete picture of your business? Well, let's dive in and find out.
It's a massive source of frustration, isn't it? You have this incredibly valuable data locked away in one application that your team desperately needs in another, but they just don't communicate. This is what creates those dreaded data silos, tons of manual work, and a really disconnected view of your own company. So how do we break down these walls? How do we get our systems to finally start talking to each other? The answer, my friends, is integration. At its heart, it's really just about connecting different applications so they can share data and automate all sorts of tasks. So for example, let's say you hire a new person in your HR system, something like SuccessFactors. A proper integration means their profile automatically gets created in your finance system, S4HANA, which is SAP's big enterprise platform. Just like that. No manual entry, no delays. That seamless flow, that's exactly what we're aiming for.
Okay, so you wouldn't just dump a 1,000-piece puzzle on the table and start jamming pieces together without looking at the picture on the box, right? Of course not. The same exact thing goes for business integration. You can't just start connecting things at random. You need a master plan. You need an instruction manual that gives you a crystal clear strategy for how every single piece is going to fit together.
Now, in the SAP world, this master plan has a name. It's called the Integration Solution Advisory Methodology, or just ISAM for short, and it's really just a logical three-step process to make sure you get it right. First, you discover. You identify every single application, every last puzzle piece. Second, you document. You write down exactly what needs to connect and why. And finally, you design. You create the complete blueprint for the finished puzzle. This makes sure no piece, no matter how small, gets left behind.
So, once you have your master plan, you also need some ground rules to make sure the puzzle actually comes together smoothly. SAP's whole integration strategy is built on 4 key principles. Think of these as the golden rules of the game that basically guarantee a perfect fit.
The first principle is out-of-the-box integration, and this one is all about saving you time. I mean, why build a connection from scratch if somebody has already done the hard work for you? SAP and its partners offer this huge library of pre-packaged integrations for all the common scenarios. It's like finding out a whole section of your puzzles already assembled. You just snap it into place and move on to the next part. It's a game changer.
Next up is open integration. This is absolutely crucial because let's be real, no business runs on just one brand of software. You're probably using Salesforce for sales, Google Drive for documents, you name it. This principle makes sure your SAP systems aren't some walled garden. They're designed to connect seamlessly with all those non-SAP applications your teams already use and love. So your sales team's data in Salesforce can easily talk to your customer profiles in SAP. The third principle is holistic integration. Now this one goes way beyond just connecting data points. This is about weaving together your processes, your data, and even the user experience into one cohesive whole. The goal here is to create that single, complete picture of your business, to turn a bunch of loosely linked apps into a truly intelligent, harmonious enterprise.
And finally, the fourth principle, AI-driven integration. This is where things get really smart. Modern integration uses artificial intelligence and machine learning to make the whole process faster and way simpler. It's like having an expert assistant who's built thousands of these things before, looking over your shoulder and suggesting the quickest, most effective way to connect your next 2 puzzle pieces.
Okay, so we've got our master plan, we've got the rules of the game, but what about the actual tools you need to build these connections? Well, that's where the SAP Integration Suite comes in. Think of it as the ultimate purpose-built toolbox for solving your integration puzzle.
The SAP Integration Suite runs on what's called the SAP Business Technology Platform, which is basically the technical foundation for all of SAP's modern stuff. This makes it the central hub for every single one of your integration needs. It's not just a collection of random tools. It's one single, comprehensive platform where you can design, build, and manage every connection. It really becomes your single source of truth for how everything in your business is wired together.
All right, so let's pop the hood on this toolbox and take a look at a few of the most powerful tools you'll find inside. First up, you've got cloud integration. This is really the heart of the suite. I want you to think of it as the central assembly line in your factory. It's where you build and manage those end-to-end data flows between all your applications. Doesn't matter if it's app to app, business to business, you name it. It's the engine that powers all those connections.
Next, we have open connectors. Remember that principle of open integration we just talked about? Well, this is the tool that makes it a reality. It's like having one of those universal power adapters when you travel. It comes with a massive library of over 150 pre-built connectors to all sorts of third-party cloud applications, making it incredibly simple to just plug your SAP systems right into things like Salesforce, Microsoft 365, and so much more.
So how do you keep all this secure and under control? Well, the data flying between your systems is carried by little digital messengers called APIs. And API management basically acts as the digital bouncer for these messengers. It lets you control their entire lifecycle, from the day they're created to the day they're retired, making sure your valuable business data is always exchanged securely and efficiently. And that brings us to the Integration Advisor. This is that AI-driven principle in action. This tool is a smart assistant that actually uses crowd-based machine learning to help you out. It analyzes thousands of other integrations that people have built and proposes the most efficient interface and mappings for your specific situation. It dramatically speeds up development and takes a lot of the guesswork out of the process.
So, let's bring it all back together. By using a clear methodology like ISM, by following those 4 key principles, and by leveraging the powerful tools inside the SAP integration suite, you can literally transform your business. You go from having a table full of scattered, disconnected puzzle pieces to a single, clear, and fully connected picture of your entire enterprise.
And all of this really leaves us with one crucial question. In a world that's moving this fast, being disconnected is a huge risk. So take a second and think about your own digital landscape. Is your business truly connected for the future?
All right.